Hi there, thanks for tuning in. My name is Maria. Today I'm just going to do a quick potato salad, and I always struggle when I say that word because my kids have teased me for years. They say I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but potato, P, right? That's what I thought so too. Anywho, potato salad, Maria style. There's just a few vegetables in it, and I make a creamy dressing for it, and I love it. So I hope you will love it too. So stay tuned and let's get busy. What we'll need to make my homemade potato salad. Need some nice looking batatas. Those are beauties. They're actually from our friend's garden. We need some delicious Greek yogurt, some Hellmann's mayonnaise, some mustard, apple cider vinegar, some dill, salt and pepper, some tarragon, sugar, pickles, some onion, and tricolored peppers. Now I'm only going to use a quarter of those peppers, not the whole thing. Also, I have 4 eggs ready to go for hard boil. I got a pot of water that's ready to go for the boil, and so let's get to it. I'll show you how I cut the patatas. My water is boiling. I'm gonna cut them into 4s, and then from that, oh, there's little spots off. And from that, I cut them again. So that's say about 1.5 inches. You want them like that. The reason is because you want them to cook evenly. You don't want to have one cook and then the other one still raw. And I like to cook the potatoes. I don't like them too soft because they are going to be a salad, and then from this size here, once they're cooked, I'm going to cut them even smaller. I'll show you that a little bit later. So, I got my eggs boiling away. I cooked the eggs out in the our little barbecue kitchen we have just on the adjacent side of the kitchen here. So it's convenient because I'll be cooking some seafood later, and I'll be using that kitchen out there. And that's the unique thing about these houses in Madeira. They have outdoor kitchens, covered of course, and they have a little wood burning fire pit in there too. I'll have to show you that when I get in there. All right, the next thing will be our onion. I think I'm just gonna use, I was saying half an onion, but I'm thinking I probably should use the whole thing now that I'm looking at the amount of potatoes in the pot. Okay, so I'm gonna dice them small pieces, and I'll do the same thing with the peppers. Now, peppers will be just a quarter of the peppers. I'm gonna wash them. And I'm just going to set it aside until I'm ready to use them. It's an easy potato salad. I wanted to point out the pickles. Now the pickles, I looked everywhere for dill pickles and I cannot find dill pickles at the local grocery store. I've actually been to 3 grocery stores, 2 big chain and then a small. Could not find the dill pickles, so that could be a North American thing. In any case, I'm going to use these pickles. They're obviously in vinegar, and I'm probably going to just use 2 small ones. You don't have to use the pickles. I only add it because Alan likes that in the salad. For me, it doesn't matter with it or without. You'll notice I don't have any celery in this recipe. It's not necessary. This is my version of my potato salad. But if you want to add celery, by all means, go ahead. All right. Here's the adjacent kitchen on the outside of the house. It's very typical here in Madeira. My eggs are all ready to go. Well, we all know that eggs are not the prettiest smell in the house, so I cook them out here. I'll be cooking some seafood later out here as well. But this is a kitchen. It's an outdoor kitchen. It's got a fire pit as well. We used to use this all the time until Alan had his pizza room built. Now we don't use this very often. I use this more for, as I said, cooking seafood, fish, shellfish, anything that has strong odor. So I've gone ahead and chopped up my pickles, red, green, and yellow peppers, and the onions. Very, very small pieces. That's what we want. I've only used 2 small pickles. I've strained the water from the potatoes and I've just put them in this roasting pan just to cool down quicker. And once everything's cooled, then we can add the all the veggies into this container, and then we'll do our sauce. I'm ready to go ahead and make the sauce for this potato salad. And we're going to start off with 1 cup of Greek yogurt. And I'm not using my measuring because I do make these all the time. And 3/4 cup of mayonnaise. I need garlic. Garlic powder, which I think I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the video. About a teaspoon. We need some prepared mustard. 3/4 of a tablespoon. Some cracked black pepper. Teaspoon of sugar. Quarter teaspoon, 2 pinches of tarragon. That's all we need. The dill weed I will wait till the end of the mix. And I also forgot to mention I got fresh chives, which will add to the potato salad for the topping. I'm gonna take my whisk. I gotta get apple cider vinegar. If you don't have apple cider vinegar, just use white wine vinegar or regular. If you use the regular vinegar, you'll just have to test it. Because I don't use white vinegar, I use white wine vinegar, but 99.9% of the time I use the apple cider vinegar. Combine, mix 1 cup of yogurt and Greek yogurt and 3/4 cup of mayo, sugar, tarragon, onion powder, cracked pepper, mustard, and apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna test this. All right, and add a little bit more apple cider vinegar. You want it a bit tangier than that. 2 tablespoons. And you just adjust it to your liking. That's better. Add a little bit more mayonnaise. Not quite 1 cup. That's nice. You just adjust it. And I want a little bit more mustard in there. It's so nice. I almost forgot the salt. How can I forget the salt? Look at that. It is super creamy. Delicioso. Oh yeah. Okay guys, I'm addicted to apple cider vinegar. I think I want a little zestier than that. Now, these pickles that I'm using for this is not the traditional ones, pickles that I would normally use, the dill pickle. I couldn't find dill pickle here in Madeira. I've looked at several stores. So the apple cider vinegar will compensate for that tanginess. It's nice. I like it a lot. Oh, I forgot to mention, I had purple onion. So I'm not going to use the white onion. I have the purple onion chopped up. I've got the quarter of the red, green, and yellow pepper all diced up, and two small pickle, should be dill pickle, chopped up, real fine. So we're gonna put all that in there, except the onions, because I like using the purple onion for the for this potato salad. And I didn't realize I had some in the fridge, deep down in the back of the fridge. So there's my purple onion. And I'm going to throw that in there. Next thing, I'm going to take my potatoes and see how I've got them this size. I'm just going to cut them into bite-sized pieces. And we're just going to combine that in there. So I'll finish doing that and I'll show you next. So I took the hard-boiled eggs, I've taken the skins off. They're going to be chopped up and we're going to mix that in with the potatoes and vegetables. Don't try this at home. You should be using a cutting board to do this. And that goes in just like that. I used to watch my mom cook. She never used cutting board, never used a peeler. Everything was done by knife in hand, and she never ever cut her fingers. It's incredible. It's old school, but I certainly don't recommend this. Oh, I had a spoon in there. Give this a stir. Beautiful colors in there, and it smells really nice. We take our sauce, dressing, and we're going to pour half and give it a stir. We're going to toss it. We're not going to stir it because we don't want to mush up the potatoes too much. So we're tossing it, folding it. And pour the rest. The dill and the chives I will sprinkle on top. I'm going to fold it gently. Try not to break up the patatas. I find the longer this salad stays in the fridge, the tastier it gets. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna test it for seasoning. All right, here it goes. Mmm. Yum, yum. Great. So, to this, I'm going to add some salt and pepper. And once your guests take their portion on their plate, they can add more if they want of the salt and pepper. It's totally up to them. But for presentation, I like to season my food. Okay, what else do I need? Salt and pepper. Let's do this again. It's on the mild side. I could put more mustard in there, and I think what's missing, truthfully, is our dill pickles, because these local pickles don't cut the mustard, if you know what I mean. And there's my potato salad, all ready to rock and roll. I'm going to cover it up with saran wrap and place it in the fridge until we're ready to eat it. Bon appetit!